Okay, well, today we're going to start talking about polygons and specifically the angles in polygons. So we have a rule for the sum of the exterior angles of any polygon. So really what we're trying to figure out is what they all add up to, the exterior angles. And you can see I have a 5-sided polygon here. We call it a pentagon. And I've sort of extended each of the 5 sides it has. And when I extend those sides, I create 5 exterior angles of this polygon, meaning there are 5 angles that are outside of the polygon. And if I were to add up all those angles, no matter what type of polygon I have, no matter how many sides, all those angles are always going to add up to 360 degrees. So if I have a polygon with 100 angles and 100 exterior angles, and I measure all those exterior angles, when I add them up, they'll always be 360 degrees. Adding up all the inside or interior angles is a little bit different. They don't always add up to one number, but we do have a formula for that. So I've got my pentagon again, my 5-sided polygon, and I've showed you here in red all 5 interior angles. If a polygon has 5 sides, then it has 5 interior angles, it has 5 exterior angles. And we do have a formula to find the sum of the interior angles. I make that shorter. I use SIA. You might use IA. But we take 180 and we multiply that by the parentheses n minus 2. And n here represents the number of sides or the number of angles of the polygon. So in this case, in this pentagon, n is 5. So if we want to know the sum of the interior angles of a pentagon or a 5-sided polygon, we plug 5 in for n, and we would simplify this side, and you'd end up figuring out that there are 540 degrees as the sum of the interior angles of a 5-sided polygon. So we can use this in practice. I have now a 4-sided polygon. I know 3 of its interior angles, and I'm looking for the 4th interior angle that I labeled x. So I'll start with this formula. I need to know what these 4 angles should add up to. That's the sum of the interior angles. So I'm going to plug 4 in for n, and I'm going to simplify this right side and find out that the sum of the interior angles of a 4-sided polygon is 360 degrees. Sum means adding, so that means if I were to actually add the interior angles, it would equal 360. So I can actually take the interior angles and add them together on the left. Took all 4 of these, added them together, and it should be equal to 360. And then I can just simplify and solve and find that x is 70, so this angle is 70 degrees. Let's try another one. I have 4 of 5 angles, and I'm looking for the 5th. I can figure out what they should all add up to. So I'll plug 5 in for n, and I'll find that the sum of the interior angles of this 5-sided polygon should add up to 540 degrees. Kind of mentioned that a couple slides ago. And then if I actually add up the interior angles, I sum them. I add 100 plus 115, 105, 117, and x. I can make that equal to 540. And I can simplify and solve and get that missing angle is 103. So pause here, try this one. This one's a little bit bigger, but it's the same idea. Pause it, try it, and then watch me. So I'm going to use my formula. Just like with midpoint or distance, you should always write the formula. This way you'll remember it when you need it the most. This is an 8-sided polygon. If you're having trouble counting the sides, count the number of angles that I have. It's the same number, 8. And I find out that if I add up all those angles, it should be 1,080 degrees. So I will actually add up all those angles, all 8 of these angles, and I'll make it equal to 1080. I'll simplify, and I'll find out that that missing angle is 198 degrees. So I've got one you do for you. Hopefully this one was much simpler than the last problem that you tried. Give this a shot, find X, and then we'll do some practice.